in the studio in so long time. Because I mean, we dropped the episode last week, but we pre-recorded it because we professional. So it's been a minute since we didn't actually sat down in front of the mics, y'all. So it's a little bit weird today.
Yeah.
But how you been, Jess? What you been up to? How's life been? I know you was in the gym. She been in the gym, y'all. She been doing better than me. Look.
I've been there. I've been trying. It's hard. That's all I can say about the gym, for real. What I was about to say, last week was an interesting week for me. I had a little fender bender, but I was
Why didn't I get a flat tire a week before last as well?
Yeah, that same day I was texting you and I said I'm okay, trying to be positive. Literally like 10 minutes after I sent that text, I got an accident.
Damn.
But it was me.
It was your fault.
I got an accident by my damn self because I crashed into some little bushes.
Jessica, wait, were you drunk?
No. I was just preoccupied, like my mind. I wasn't thinking, and I just wasn't thinking. And I thought I had put my car back in reverse, and I still had it in drive. And like where I was backing up, it wasn't like I could just ease out the parking spot. I needed to give it a little gas. You know what I'm saying? So when I gave it a little gas, I gave it a little gas.
Okay.
I gave it a little gas. So yeah, I messed up my bumper and my grill and stuff, but it's cool. The insurance gonna take care of it, and I'm gonna get it fixed. I gotta do all that stuff. So
well, at least you okay, and it wasn't like
it wasn't
nobody
bad.
else.
It wasn't bad, but it was just like when you make mistakes, you just feel like stupid.
Yeah, you be like, fuck.
Yeah, and then I gotta like recount all this stuff to my mom, and she be, well, what? How you did that?
Well, Jessica,
you don't be paying a damn attention.
This why you supposed to look at the gears before you put your hands on the wheel.
You ain't feel the car move. Like just dumbass questions.
That's how I felt when I got my flat tire, because I had went to the little free yoga at Railroad Park, and when I left, my low tire pressure thing was on. But the weather, the air has kind of been a little bit off because it's been raining so much. So I thought it was like, my tire was just being low.
Yeah.
I'd be damned if I wasn't coming up by my apartment and I was like, balooka dooka 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 balooka dooka 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 dooka. I was like, the fuck is this? No, I think my tire flat. I got out the car, y'all. That shit was.
Yeah. And you want to go? At least you was by your house.
Yeah, I literally just
I'm glad you was by your house.
I pulled into a parking spot and I called my mom. This heifer was in Ohio. That's a story for another day. Yeah, didn't even know.
Now, mama
didn't even know. I don't know if you hiding the pants or what, but she was in Ohio. And she was like, call AAA, they'll come fix your tire for you. So that's what I did. I called AAA. He came, put my little spare on, and then the next day I went and got my tire plugged. And that's adulting, y'all. Welcome to the life.
Man, I had so many times with the Honda. I ain't gonna lie, I kind of miss that car because you could just go get you one of them Mexican
me and
tires.
the Buick used to go through it. You Jessica, one of the few people who knew me when I had the Buick. Yeah. Okay, the old one Buick.
Whipping that bit though.
Me and Betsy used to look. Me and Betsy used to. I miss the Buick because
so
we had some time.
Man,
I smoked my first Black and Mild in that Buick.
Jesus. Wow.
Don't smoke Black and Mild. That's not good.
That's really a memory.
I really did. I remember I saw people and I was like, oh, it smell good. And I went and got me one. This was back when you could still buy stuff when you was 18.
Yes.
And so I was like in high school, but I was 18 because my birthday was in February. And I went and got me a little black. And I was like,
I'm lame because I didn't start smoking blacks, or I didn't smoke blacks till I got to college, and it was because my friends was smoking them, and they would be like, "No, like when you drinking, like it kind of intensified, like whatever."
Yeah,
so I was like,
I used to be thinking I was cross-faded, smoking blacks. Why y'all think that nicotine made you high? Like I knew it wasn't drugs.
Yeah,
but I thought
it did give you a feeling.
Because hookah give you a little buzz if you haven't smoked for a while.
Up. I think it's because you be
especially you. We had this hookah in
my
saloon,
business.
y'all. Oh my God. Y'all would have thought Jessica was about to lose a lung. Okay.
No, that hookah was very strong.
It was. We got mint,
very strong.
Mint something, and that was mint off the tree.
That hookah was very strong. It was different.
That was mint off the tree.
That was different.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
my lungs weren't ready for that. I'm really not. I love hookah. Let me say that. I love hookah. One. I do want to buy one, but I don't know if it's me, but when the hookah real strong, I can't enjoy it. Like I do want smoke, but I don't like it to be like super duper strong. Yeah, you don't want to. I kind of like when it die out a little bit, and then I can just like enjoy it freely. But when it's like, I'll be like, "Well,
I like hookah strong, but I think that's because of just my other stuff I do. I just like strong.
See, I don't do it, so I don't think my lungs are accustomed.
You gotta build your way up, and you don't really smoke hookah a whole lot either.
No, so like I mean, if we go out and it's some place that has it, I get one. But we don't really go out for real like that.
Birmingham, for me, I don't be interested in a lot of shit they do because I'm no disrespect because I always like to support black businesses, but I hate most of the black places that the service be go out. Yeah, the waitresses is pissy, the owners even pissy. Yeah.
Because I'm gonna be honest, we was at a certain bar that's on the south side and downtown. And you can't get no service. Like and we went in there, and it was one couple, so two people sitting at the bar inside. Outside on the deck, it was probably one couple and one girl. And then with me and my friend that came in, that made 2, 4, 7, 8, 9 people. Everybody that worked there was sitting outside. So unbeknownst to us, they were sitting outside because we don't know who worked here. So when we went in, we probably waited 10 minutes. Nobody came to greet us. Nobody, took our order. Nobody, gave us a menu. Nothing. And then when we got up, because we were kind of like about to go, that's when somebody like came in and was like, "Oh, hey."
That's how they do you when you go to Mac. That's why I don't shop at Mac no more. Yeah. Like, cause I used to be a Mac girl. I'm a Sephora woman now. But I used to be a Mac girl. And one of the biggest pet peeves I used to have, especially when I went to the one in the Galleria, is that they would not help you until you were walking out. You could literally go in there, open the drawers, get what you want, everything and all of that. They would not even address you until you be like, you know what? Ain't nobody help me. I'm just leave. And they be like, oh, ma'am, do you need something? I've been standing here 15 minutes. I could have stole from y'all. And you didn't even pay me no attention. But come in there.
And I might just cause you ain't saying nothing. Well, that's another thing. That's for another day. That's another podcast. Okay.
What else? I volunteered this past weekend. If you are like a person in need or a family in need, once a month at Tarrant Intermediate School, they give out fresh produce. And like groceries and things. So I went out there with a friend of mine and just took a couple hours and we gave away so much produce. And all you have to do is come, bring in your car and you fill out a form. And it's just a basic form with your name and your address. And they'll give you, however much food that you need for your household. So we're talking about like, cauliflower, lettuce, broccoli, cucumber, produce and the things that are actually good for you, not like, the little junk food.
Okay, and all we like that.
So check that out if you need that or if you want to volunteer. And then Slutty Vegan opened this weekend as well in Birmingham. I still got to go by there and try it because even though I was at the block party, I didn't get to try it because I was not waiting in that line.
Yeah.
But it was a really dope experience. I saw a lot of people. A lot of y'all said y'all were going to check out the podcast. So hopefully y'all watching this episode. It was just a lot of people. I saw Maya. I saw Mello. Shout out to y'all. Just it was a nice little, experience. And I'm glad that we have this, kind of big, well-known Black-owned business here in the city.
Brand, really.
Exactly. Yeah, because she just announced they're about to open, I think, one in Brooklyn on Good Morning America.
Oh, that's cool.
So shout out to Pinky and them. That's cool. From Slutty Vegan.
I love that she chose Birmingham to have a spot because I don't think people often think about Birmingham.
People look over
when they're expanding, but Birmingham pretty lit, y'all.
Yeah, and it's definitely an untapped market. Like, I feel like people don't really also realize how close like Birmingham and Atlanta are when they do stuff.
Yeah.
So, like, for instance, I saw online like Lil Baby just rented out a whole bunch of different theaters for free to show his documentary that's coming out. And I'm like, why don't people do that in Birmingham? Like, Lil Baby would clear out a theater in Birmingham.
Absolutely.
Like, he would, they would literally pack it out.
Absolutely.
Not clear it out,
even
pack it out,
like when we went to Port Mines, I think they were nervous to come see us, and then like being in Lyric, they don't really know anything about us. Yeah, but it was lit.
It filled up. Now it took a little minute, but I think that's just because that's people, just black folks. I don't know why y'all don't know how to. And
everybody showed up and was dressed up, and like it was a really good time. Yeah. So
and it was all women. It was like 2 niggas in the audience.
The whole audience,
literally, like 2 niggas. 2.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, it was a good weekend. It's been a good, couple weeks, but it's time to get into these topics. So, first off, Diddy and Jermaine Dupri then came out and said they doing a verses. Now, this what the fuck I'm talking about. This the verses we want. This the music we want to hear. This the music we want to hear, not this all this shoot them up, snort them, and kill them, and my homie in jail, and all this. I'ma fuck the bitch and throw it to the side. Whatever fuck y'all be listening to. We about to get to the good music.
Yeah, I'm excited. I when it be verses, I really don't ever be on like nobody's side. I just be enjoying the vibe, enjoying the music,
especially when it's artists like this, because they have so much music, that we enjoy. It's like very hard to pick a side.
I know for a while, Diddy did not want to do a versus with Jermaine Dupri.
Why?
I don't think that he felt like Jermaine Dupri was worthy of having a versus with him.
I
mean,
we could take a minute and debate.
But they have had a lot of they've had a lot of the same like eras. Like Diddy has had a boy band era with like all his different bands. 112. Jermaine Dupri's had
Jagged Edge.
Yeah. Same thing. Like they both work with kids. Like Diddy had B5 and all them. Jermaine Dupri had Lil Bow Wow, Crisscross. Like they both had a Mariah Carey era. Like so it's kind of like
girl groups.
They both had girl groups.
Diddy had Total.
Yeah, Danity Kane even so, and they both had like talent kind of shows were like centered around talent. So I feel like Jermaine Dupri is. I don't think we should look over him. You know what I'm saying?
But I would probably classify, and this is probably somebody gonna look at me crazy. Jermaine Dupri is the Diddy of the South.
Yeah, I would say that.
But I think it's not that you can compare the two, but I think that there's a certain level because I think people look at Diddy as the entity. So they look at him as beyond like, okay, yeah, he made music, but he's also Diddy the business.
Yeah, Sean John and all the things.
Dupri hadn't necessarily went all the way there in that way, and I think that's why people probably say you can't compare them because they're just a little. But in music, they really are kind of.
In music, they are a lot one and the same. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't think Jermaine Dupri is as shady and as like controversial.
Yeah, I ain't heard that Jermaine Dupri.
I don't hear a lot of stuff.
I don't hear the brat saying, that Jermaine Dupri ain't never give her.
I've never heard that
because in the other rumors we hear about Diddy.
When Surviving Diddy come out, I just want y'all to gather yourselves and wait for that. When that come out,
I hope not.
Yeah, it probably will. But
it
probably will. It probably will.
Didn't they say was it Usher and Diddy or was it JD and Usher? They said Usher was involved in some of that stuff too.
Yeah, because Usher was a child when he was living with Diddy.
I still ain't forgave Usher for having herpes.
Oh yeah,
I'm still mad about that.
You and giving it to people at that.
You too fine to be doing that.
But I don't know whose side I'm on. I think Diddy is a little bit more like polarizing. Yeah. Like he's more of a character, and I think that's probably like. That goes to your point. Like Diddy is more of a like celebrity. You know what I'm saying? Like he's been in movies and like all the things.
He's Puff Daddy, Diddy, Sean Combs, love,
right? And
love. Jermaine Dupri
Jermaine Dupri. But I don't think Jermaine Dupri is like musically. I don't think that he's nobody to play with. Like, I think he's great. I love Jermaine Dupri.
Let me tell y'all to this day, Beware of the Dog.
Wow.
Bow Wow first album.
Bow Wow first album. Go.
It's a hit. I know a lot of y'all probably ain't listened to it, but pause this. Come back. Pause
it. Do your Google searches and then
just listen to it.
Come back.
Just listen to it.
Yeah. Because it's that album go, man.
And then he got the brat tat tat. It's I'm really trying to sit up here and think like if I had to choose, and I couldn't because there's so many like hits.
Yes,
on both sides.
Yeah, this is gonna be a great versus, like because they could go hit for hit, really.
Especially if they bring out the artist.
Yes, like they could go hit for hit, and I like that. I like that. Yeah. I'm here for that.
What's some of the songs? We probably about to ask the same question.
Okay, I feel like Jermaine Dupri and Mariah. I want to hear like "Touch My Body," and then Diddy could do like "Honey."
Okay,
because they both did those songs.
And then did JD have anything to do with Emancipation of Mimi?
Absolutely.
Okay, that's what I thought. So yeah,
absolutely.
And that's a no skip,
man.
And that's a no skip.
Emancipate. Let's for a moment here. Let's do
a whole episode.
Let's give our sis her flowers.
We could really do a whole episode about the Emancipation of Mimi, like
from It's Like That, and he produced that. Stop playing with him. Yeah, that man
with Fat Man Scoop.
Yeah, that man. He's not to be played with. And if we really want to go there, he kind of found Lotto because she was on his show.
Even though she be dissing the fuck out of him, but
yeah, something must have happened behind the scenes.
Yeah,
but yeah, I love
and then
that.
we wouldn't have. Candy, Escape, like Tiny, all of them. Tamika, I forgot the other one name. But Escape, and they got hits. Say what y'all want, but they got hits. They got hits. And then Chris Cross. rest in peace to Cross. I think one of them passed away from drugs, unfortunately. But yeah,
Jermaine Dupri is awesome.
And then Jermaine Dupri had Jagged Edge, and we all let's get married. Like
we love that.
And Diddy, where do we start? Biggie, Faith Evans, Mary J. Blige,
Lil' Kim, hell, even Carl Thomas, 112. Let's really go there.
Danny DeCane, Day 26, Cassie. Who am I missing? I know I'm missing so many people. Mace.
Yeah.
Who else am I missing?
So many people.
Who am I? Oh, what's the other rapper? He only came out with one song, but it was about Flavor in Your Ear. Y'all know who made that song. And then Diddy got his own songs. Like, what's the song he got with Nicole Scherzinger? I know you, your mood. I see you.
Oh yeah,
come to me.
I remember that.
And then he got that other song with Keisha Cole. What's that song?
Last night.
Yup.
Couldn't even get an answer.
I
love that.
Yeah. Diddy got hits.
Diddy got hits, man.
So this is about to be, if they really do what which I know they probably will, because Diddy puts on a show when he puts on shows.
Yeah. He got a Diddy Bob and dance and all the things. So I hope it's not. I love Diddy and I love Jermaine Dupri. Yeah, so
it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good one. Now I put this on here because it was a post and I could not find the damn post, but it was on one of them pages, like Spiritual Word, Shade Room or something. But this was by far the craziest scenario I've ever heard. Now I have my own personal feelings about this scenario, but I wanted to bring it up and just see how you would feel, about it. So, how would you feel? The story was basically that this husband and one of his best friends goes on these guy trips every year. Like every year, it's just a thing. They go on a guy trip. Cool, no problem. So this particular year, I guess the husband decided he wanted to invite his wife, and the post was made by his wife, and she was saying how she doesn't work.
Is this real?
It was an actual post. Like it was one of them screenshots. You know how they screenshot.
I know somebody's thing.
I think it was real, but I don't look. Even if it wasn't, it still was crazy as hell.
Yeah,
because
sometimes I be thinking some of this shit got to be fake.
I believe it's real.
I can't believe some of this stuff.
I believe it's real.
Yeah,
I sure believe it's real because these niggas, one thing they gonna always have is audacity.
Yeah.
So basically he invited his wife on the boys trip this year for whatever reason. She doesn't work. She stays at home, take care of the kids and whatever. So here's where the dilemma happens. The husband buys him and the best friend first class tickets and buys his wife a coach ticket. And then when the wife questioned the husband, he said, well, she should be happy. Well, when she questioned the husband, the friend said, I forgot, this is what the post said. The friend said she should be happy that she just got a ticket because she don't work anyway.
Why is the friend talking?
First of all, that's Big T. And if y'all don't watch P-Valley, I'm explaining to you. The husband is Little Murder and the best friend is Big T. Because first, again, why is your friend saying anything to me about a husband and a wife situation? Y'all gotta be fucking. And I hate to be that woman because I don't think everybody's on the low and being shady, but there's no I just can't even in my head make up any reasoning that makes sense as to why me, your wife, the mother of your children, is sitting in coaching, you and your best friend sitting in first class.
If that's the case, why would you like invite her? You know what I'm saying? First of all, let's start from the very beginning. I could never be married to a man that would fix his mouth to say something like that to me. So let's just start there, because that means that he's an asshole, like in other areas of your marriage,
exactly,
of your relationship.
Exactly.
So let's just go there. And why? I don't understand why. If it's a boys trip, unless like is the friend not bringing his wife or girl or whoever?
He with his wife.
Are there other women?
The friend is with his,
you know what I'm saying?
Other.
Are there other women that's coming on the trip? Because why invite her to an all male trip? And then I'm gonna be honest. As a woman, I don't know if I would want to go on the all male trip. If you know that's like your husband's thing or whatever, I don't want my man
maybe
around.
She was like, I really need this break.
A getaway or something. You know? I get that.
And maybe she was like, ooh, he won't be bothering me because he with his
people. Yeah.
And I really get to decompress.
That's crazy though. Yeah.
First
that's
of all,
crazy.
How I would have popped homeboy in the mouth because first of all,
yeah,
how you gonna fix your lips again to say anything to me and my husband? We are having a husband and wife conversation.
Yeah, and if
anything, you a fuck nigga yourself, because if he didn't buy me a first class ticket, if you was a real nigga, you would give me your first class ticket and take your ass to coach and be like, hey, bro, y'all need to enjoy this time. You know, y'all.
And then not only that,
together, I'll go to coach.
Then not only that, like you would check your friend. You'd be like, hey, bro, that's weird. Like, why would you do that to your girl? You know what I'm saying?
That's why I think they fucking.
Yeah,
it's giving very much Lil Murda and Big Teak, and you invited her on the trip probably because she probably was annoying you about it, and to shut her up, you invited her on the trip, but that's why you put her ass in coach anyway, because you didn't even want to be by her.
Yeah, and that's what I be saying. A lot of these men, they have women, they like women for what they can do, but they don't like and respect women.
Yeah, they like
not even the ones that they with. Apparently,
but that's because they don't want to really be with them. They want to be with them for societal purpose. Yeah, it's societal purposes. They want to have a wife so that society knows I have a wife. I have.
What that post said we saw today. The real flex is having a nigga that ain't no other nigga had.
Because that's really what you got to worry about nowadays. And this is not, again, we support LGBTQ plus. That's not what we have the issue with. We have an issue with the DL and then the disrespect of it all. Because if you're going to live your life, but don't put other people
don't put that in your
all that in jeopardy.
Man.
And Alabama I keep telling y'all, Alabama got a high HIV rate, and it's mostly women. And last time I checked, can women get HIV? Can you like some bumper to this? That's a good question. I'm going to have to check on it. But it's a high HIV rate. Which means the HIV got to be coming from somewhere, y'all. And it can't just be women in Alabama having it. So, and we all know how niggas don't like to wear condoms and don't like to go to the doctor. So,
right.
I'm just saying.
Lord, that's just a mess. It's a whole lot of. It's just a mess. I hope that's fake. The next topic we wanted to talk about was I can't even talk. Rejection and insecurities.
Yeah, and I just wanted to talk about this because some people may know that I, had a little interview for a particular job that I really wanted, and I didn't get it. You win some, you lose some. I don't really feel bad because I know that I really, put my best foot forward, and I really worked hard, and I did, the best that I could in that situation. And, I wasn't, I was sad a little bit, but, like I said, I knew I put my best foot forward, and that's all you can do.
That's all you can do.
But I wanted to take that, use it as a learning lesson for people out there, because I know it's a lot just going on right now. And online, I see a lot of people talking about the people who want to work, how hard it is to find, a job that will give you the benefits and pay you well, or how you have 55 interviews and nobody calls you back. Nobody wants to hire you. So I just wanted to kind of talk about that and explore that, just because of the time that we're in, and how sometimes when we apply for certain jobs, we kind of have that imposter syndrome, or we feel like we're very deserving of things, and when we don't get it, it can kind of be a chip at our ego, and we can kind of feel like, well, damn, why I ain't good enough to get this, or what did I do wrong? Why I couldn't have this? Other person had what I had, and they got it. So I just wanted to explore that today.
Well, one, I would say, because something that I've learned from working at the job I have now, like I'm around people who are basically entrepreneurs, is that like most of the time most entrepreneurs or even just successful people in general have failed at so many different things.
Yeah.
So many. They have failed more than they have succeeded, actually. And so, like, the more that you fail, it's kind of like the closer you should be getting to the thing that is your success, story or whatever. Like, every time you fail, you get a little bit closer to what you're really supposed to be doing or where you're really supposed to be at. And that's way easier said than done, because obviously in the moment these bills need to be paid now. But
what's that video? What did he say? He said,
send the
motherfucking funds, because the bills is due now, not later.
Now. And so I get that, but it is, I think it's way easier said than done. But I do think sometimes you got to just like shift your perspective a little bit, because if not, honestly, you drive yourself crazy. Like,
you're gonna be crying every day.
You're gonna be crying all the time. So I think, you just gotta keep it cool a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Like, lick your wounds and just keep it moving. What I think was for you is already yours. You know what I'm saying? And you exactly where you're supposed to be. And the harder you grind, I guess, things will work itself out. But yeah. And
I think it's real, like, looking at a situation from all sides. Like, for me, I wasn't hired, and that hurt me, but wasn't nobody hired. So it's like, you have to look at the whole situation. It's like, they didn't hire me, but they didn't hire anybody for the job. So what's really going on? And it's like, you probably dodged a bullet because it's some shit obviously internally going on that don't got shit to do with you, that you probably didn't need to be around for it anyway.
And a lot of these jobs nowadays, them posting the job is just a formality. Yeah, they already know who they want in in certain positions. Yeah, so like, don't get upset if you don't get called back, or if you don't, because nepotism runs rampant around here. You know what I'm saying? It's very real. A lot of people hire their friends or whatever. They just posting it so they won't get fined, basically. So like, don't beat yourself up over something you can't control. The only thing you can control is your next step. So I would say just try to keep it moving. But I definitely understand, because I'm getting to a place now where, after the last experience I had at the places I've worked at, I kind of don't want to work for nobody else no more. Yeah, like I had gotten to a place where I felt like I just wanted to like do things on my own. So technically now I'm a freelancer, and so I ain't gonna lie, I like it like that. And if I do, God forbid, okay, hopefully I make more money here, Jesus. And God forbid I have to like go get a job, I'm gonna be miserable. Yeah, I'm gonna be so miserable. Yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah. As a person who was in an environment that was a little bit more relaxed as far as like my schedule goes, like my schedule, if y'all know what I used to do, y'all know my schedule was very hectic. It was a different thing every day. But I'm a person who thrives in chaos. Like, that's just something that I realized, that when my back's up against the wall, that's when I show the fuck out. And some people are like that. And so now that I'm in this very controlled environment, because I technically work for the government, it's a very drastic difference. And when I tell y'all, when you're a person like me, if y'all know me, y'all watch the podcast, y'all see how I am. I can't be like this at work. I can't, because of the entity that I work for. Yeah. So it kind of puts a damper on your spirit, and it's kind of like a spirit killer, because you're spending majority of your time at this job. Like, you spend more time at your job than you do with your family at home and all of that. So it's like, when you spend 8.5 hours a day at this place that you feel like sucking energy from you, it can really take a toll on your spirit. So that's why it's important for you to do things outside of that pour back into your spirit, that nurture your spirit. That's why I do the podcast. That's why we might go to a live podcast. That's why we might go out to the slutty vegan block party. Like, you have to continuously do things, because that shit do fuck with you. Like, I'm not gonna sit up here and lie. Like, yesterday I was sitting here working, I had to shed a couple of tears just because I was a little overwhelmed, because again, it's just, sometimes you look back on your life and you look at certain places you were in and you question the decisions that you made, and you might say like, dang, what should I have left my job? Or should I have? And it's like, you made the right decision for that moment, and you have to make the right decision for yourself in this moment, and just keep it going. And then also I had to realize the blessing in disguise. No, I didn't get the job that I really truly wanted, but at my current job I got a small raise. So it's like, small wins, big wins. You just got to learn how to shift your perspective and be grateful for the things that you are given, and then hope that you are on the right path so that you'll be given more.
Right. Yeah. I think too is I like being present is important, because I know sometimes like on your daily grind, like when you are working the job that you're trying to get out of, you can be so like razor focused on just trying to get through that that you don't really like take the time to think about next steps. You know what I'm saying? So I think just staying focused and like having forward thinking all the time and always thinking about what's next, so that way you don't get caught up in just working that job and you don't want to be there. So when opportunities come up, you can rise to the occasion and you can be ready. Because I think before the pandemic, that's the space I was in, because I very much wanted to leave my damn job. I was working 2 jobs and I wanted to at least make something where I could quit my full-time job and maybe just still do part-time some of the time. And so like I'm glad the pandemic happened. I said that before, not because of all the things, but because it gave me time to like sit down and figure out, okay, what do I want to do? Or like, what can I do if I'm saying I don't want to work for other people? Like I needed that time to like reset. So I think just being very clear about what it is you want will help you also. And I think your hobbies will help with that too, because you might have a hobby and then discover your real passion. And then maybe you can figure out ways to capitalize on that. So even if your passion isn't your full-time job, you're still doing it, and it's lucrative to you too. You can make money from it.
And everybody should have multiple streams of income. If you haven't heard that before, it's just and I used to be like that, and I realized that that's where I'm working on trying to get the space I'm trying to get back into. Because when I was in college, I did not. So I was broke, but I wasn't broke. Like there's a difference. Because by the time I would run out of my money, I had another check coming because I had so many jobs. So every 2 weeks I'm getting 2 to 3 checks. So I wasn't making $1,000 each check, but when all them checks add up, you got a little bit of money.
You were
so
straight.
You just never you never run out. That's the point. Like you always are getting replenished. And now it's a drastic difference. Again, I'm not broke, but being compared to always constantly getting some form of paycheck compared to now where I get one paycheck at the beginning of the month and that's it. And you have to budget and divvy that up. That's real grown.
Right.
And that I don't like it. Yeah. So I'm now working on trying to figure out, again, with the podcast, with just everything I like to do and things I'm interested in, how can I make money off of these things? How can this be other forms of income? Yes, they're passions and their hobbies, but like, how can I make money off of it?
Right. So, I don't know. I would say just hang in there. It's hard, y'all. I wish we had more like
advice. But we're still young.
But like, we're still figuring it out too. We're not where we want to be, just yet. So, and it's hard. I think, especially nowadays, like the markets and stuff are different. Now that COVID has happened, I think people understand like they can run their businesses in different ways, so there's not always such a need for bodies in the office as much. So like that people aren't hiring as many people as they used to have on their payroll, or jobs just simply aren't paying what they used to pay. And they don't care about your experience or like your college degree and all these things. You know what I'm saying? It's just hard. So I would say just hang in there, just stay focused,
and find you a group of friends, a tribe of people
that's important,
who know you, who understand what your goals are, who understand you as a person, and then who are going to support you, in that. Because I was talking to my mom about this yesterday. A lot of people are like joy leeches. That's what I call them, or like just spirit leeches. and they will attach themselves onto you. And yeah, they'll hear you talking about, yeah, I want to do this, I want to do da 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 da, and they will suck all that out of you and take that, go do it for themselves, and then you be sitting here left like, why do I feel so empty? Why do I feel like I don't have the same dreams? I don't have the same aspirations. I don't have the same goals. I don't have the same drive. That's because so-and-so that came over here and sucked it up all out of you and replenished themselves with it to the point where you ain't got shit left.
Yeah. And that's another reason why people always say you don't have to tell everybody all your dreams and all your plans, because God didn't give them that vision. So if God didn't give them something they literally can't see, everybody won't be able to understand why you move in a certain way, or why you choose to work in the industry you do, or you know, whatever. Like, sometimes you do have to like move in silence, and then when they get it, they'll get it. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be all up on you when everything going good.
And so, the best revenge is success. Like, ain't nothing like, to me, some of the most gratifying. Thank you. It's been a day, y'all. Gratifying things that have happened to me is when like people have told me, "Oh, you ain't gonna be able to do this," or "You can't, you ain't gonna get that," or I believe it when I see it, and then I turn around and I do that shit. Oh, that's the best feeling ever. You sleep so good at night, and it's not that I did that shit to prove them people wrong, but it's just like it is a little bit of extra, you know, fuel in your tank to be like, you know, this motherfucker told me I couldn't do it, so I'm about to do it even harder. Yeah, you know. So it's just a term. Like, it's inflation, everything high, everything expensive, everything pricey. So it's just like, do what's best for you. Like literally, don't, like, you cannot be focused on her story, his story, their story, what they got going. You literally have to focus on your life and your life only, because we all out here doing different shit, going through different shit, and it ain't none of it the same. That's true. You know, and social media can really fuck with that, because sometimes, especially, let me tell you something. I saw a post about this, and they said, you think Instagram and Twitter is a dream, is a mood killer, go on LinkedIn. And I said, ooh, you ain't never lied. You ain't never lied. You go on LinkedIn, so promoted to director of this. I'm accepting a new position for a 6-figure deal for this. I'm about to move to out the country to aspire to do this, and then you be sitting there at your desk like,
I'm still here. I'm still standing.
I paid all my bills this month.
I'm still strong.
So it's like you really can't get caught up in it all, because when it's your moment, it's gonna be so beautiful, and you're gonna be so grateful for it, and you're not gonna even. Well, you are gonna remember when you were down or when it wasn't necessarily your moment, but it'll make you so much more grateful for that time when it happens.
Yeah, I think you have to like train your mind, because I definitely have dealt with that. I won't say that it was really jealousy. It's just like worrying about when it was gonna be my turn.
Envy? Because to me, jealous and envy are different.
I didn't think about it like that. Maybe envy is,
because I feel like jealousy is like where I want what you got, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes. Yeah, like, I'm gonna take it from you. But envious, I feel like it's like you don't want to take what that person has,
but you like it.
But you would like to experience it as well.
So I would say maybe envy then. Like, I would see people. Not really on LinkedIn, because I'm gonna be honest with you, I delete LinkedIn.
I be on LinkedIn. I love me a little LinkedIn.
I don't be on it. I don't be on it. But I don't know, just like seeing things like, or you see people doing things that you'd like to do. It's like, dang, I can do that. You know what I'm saying? But I haven't done it. And I think sometimes it's too much, like worrying about what other people have, what other people do, and what they've done, but you don't get like, you know, that self-conviction where it's like, but I haven't put those, I haven't put my feet in front of each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I think I've been trying to just hold myself more accountable, and like, I can't shit on other folks. You know, not that I do, but I'm just saying you can't be mad at other folks for prospering, because they putting the work in. And even if they ain't putting the work in, you know, because a lot of people, they just be getting by or whatever. That's their life story. You know what I'm saying? And the comparison is the enemy and the thief of all joy. So just because they got theirs like that, or they're doing this, doesn't mean you can't. Doesn't mean yours is going to be just like that. Doesn't mean yours isn't going to be better. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then too, you don't have to rationalize why other people are like doing well. Because I think sometimes even with Black folks, you hear this a lot. Well, you don't know what they're going through. Well, you don't know why they doing this.
Yeah.
You don't know how they got that.
Yeah.
Well, we don't know how we got it, but we don't know how they got it and how they did and how they doing is bad.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to like make it sound bad so you can feel better about you not having it.
Yeah.
Some motherfuckers is just doing well.
Yeah.
And you not right now, and that's okay.
And everybody go through a down season. Like, when I say everybody can't nobody be at the very top or be number one all their life, all their career.
Even people who it seems like they on top have bad days. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think people understand that to whom much is given, much is required.
Exactly.
So it's work
problems
to get up there, and it's work to stay there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's not an easy feat, and it could be you haven't gotten there because you're not ready.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times when I pray, I just ask God to give me, the tools I need to take me to the next level.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, even though I'm uncomfortable now, like, let me learn what I'm supposed to learn so that I can graduate to a new thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, God's always got a new thing that he wants to give you. But if your hands are full and you can't receive it, or if you haven't done the work so you can actually do the new thing correctly, it's not gonna come for you. And I have had to learn that my own self. I
call it the 3 P's. When I pray to God, I ask him for the same 3 P's. Okay, peace, patience, and prosperity.
Yeah.
And in that order, because if a lot of, again, like you said, a lot of us might not be ready for our blessing yet. Like, I'm gonna be real. As much as I would probably love to be a millionaire right now, I probably don't need to be one, because that money probably be blown so motherfucking fast. It probably would, like, it's so, like, sometimes you
might not be ready.
You can't handle the weight of the blessing. You gotta get a little bit bigger. You gotta get in the gym mode. You gotta, lift some weights, and then you gotta have peace. Like, your mind and patience, your mind and your ability to wait for things to come to you. Because sometimes we want this popcorn shit. It's like, and even me, in comparison to if I'm being real with the podcast, like, in my head when we first started this, I was like, we're gonna put the video out and we're gonna be on Oprah the next day. And it's just gonna be like that. And oh my gosh, I wish somebody would have, like, in my head, I knew it wasn't like that, but like, I wish somebody really would have sat me down and be like, please understand, this shit is really but see, it is not, it's a marathon, not a race.
That's what people don't like. Spoken Reasons, even though I don't know what he is.
I think he still make YouTube videos.
I think he still. But you remember he used to say, like, faith, consistency, and hard work. People have tons of faith, but they don't do anything. You really do have to be consistent, and you really do have to work hard. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, they have money behind them, or they know somebody. Yes, there are a lot of people who got to where they are because they've been busting their ass. You know what I'm saying? And me and Albany, we ain't born with, like, trust funds and
nobody, we ain't coming from no media background.
Our family don't know nobody who could just be like, I'll share the podcast and put us on, or like, whatever. Like, so that means we're gonna have to roll up our sleeves.
My mama ain't even know what a fuck podcast was at the very beginning.
And mine too, for real. Like, all she knows, she thinks it's like a radio show.
Pretty much.
So, my mama be like, well, where can I listen to it at? In the car. Okay. But, oh God.
Yes.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, so we're gonna have to roll up our sleeves. Like, I don't want to get to a place where I just, like, make excuses. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm really getting fed up with that in my own life. Like, I'm getting to the point where my patience is running thin
with yourself.
With myself.
I'm tired of myself.
Like, I don't know if y'all ever get fed up with you.
Me.
Like, but I get fed up with me all the time, and I try to, like, just get myself together. That's why I've been trying to, like, stay consistent with going to the gym, and, like, I'm trying to be consistent with how I eat and stuff. I'm just trying to challenge myself more, because I feel like I see other people doing stuff, and I just can't be like, I don't know why I didn't do that, but it's because I wasn't doing that.
Try.
You know what I'm saying? So I do think people, like, negate hard work when they think about like hitting it big. Like, you know how long people be doing stuff?
That's why niggas be really 40 years old by the time we figure out who the fuck they are. Yeah. Like Taraji P. Henson, and I know we probably use her as an example, but a lot, but that's somebody who literally, you talking about work 20, 30 some years before people even really knew who the fuck she even said like she had worked all these years before she actually got paid her worth. Yeah. And Tyler Perry did that
for her. Yeah.
Or, for instance, Tyler Perry took care of Cicely Tyson for the last 15, I think, years of her life, 20 years of her life, he said. And it's like, sometimes, and she was, how long has fucking Cicely Tyson been fucking working? Yeah. Like, and it's just like and unfortunately, I think that's also a part of, because of us. Who we are in society. It's just a lot of us, we just ain't no overnight successes. It's just a part of the lifestyle. It's a part of the culture that we have to put in the time, the effort, the work, the blood, the sweat, the tears, the arguments, the whatever, the fallouts, the fall-ins, whatever.
I think people see like things go viral too, and they assume that they're making money, or like some people go viral and then that is like their stepping stone to like success. And so I think people think all we need is one video. You know, like all we need is that one video to hit. But like even after that though, you still gotta be consistent.
Yeah, because what are you gonna do after you hit?
Exactly.
Or it's people like, for instance, I was listening, I forgot what I was watching, but B. Simone, where she said the year she became a millionaire was the most depressing year that she ever had. It was the darkest time in her life. The year let me say that again. She said the year, and y'all can go look this up to fact check it. She said the year she became a millionaire, not a billionaire, millionaire. That was the saddest and most depressive time of her life. And sometimes we want this money and we want the fame and we want all of this stuff. Yeah. And again, that shit be heavy. And if you ain't in the right place with the right people around you and, you know, following God's word and being on your path, you gonna get lost in the sauce.
Yeah, it'll be easy come, easy go. And that's why people say that everything you get easy isn't worth having. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if y'all got some praying grandmas still, or like some good mamas at home to talk to y'all.
Pray for yourself.
Like, well, I was pray for yourself, but it's like sometimes too, listen to what your parents say. Because I ain't gonna lie, one of the things that I have learned as I'm getting older is that my mama was always right. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's a few times where me and her didn't agree, but at the end of the day, sometimes I think back on stuff my mom told me, and she was right.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, and so I would say take heed to a lot of the advice. Like,
the reason I ain't got no kid right now is my mama, and that's for real.
Yeah,
like she knew her child, and she kept tight reins on me for a reason, because she just knew my personality. And I'm so like I think back on times I used, because I wasn't a bad kid, but when I got to my teenage years, and I think every female and they mama go through this, where I'm poking my titties out and you try, not literally, but you just
y'all gotta try each other.
You gotta see I'm trying to figure out who I am. Men
go through that with their dads,
and I'm trying to figure out who I am as a young woman, and she's trying to figure out what to do with that, because I'm no longer a kid, and I am becoming a woman, and I put my mama through hell. I can say that, and not a bad hell, because she ain't never have to come get me out of jail or no crazy ass shit, but like there were just very like crazy situations that happened, and when I was in high school and a little bit younger, I was bad at not telling my mama everything until I had to tell her.
Yeah,
and that's what would get me fucked up, because I would wait till the very last, like
you could have been told her.
Shit has now hit the fan, and I have to tell you.
Yeah,
I cannot not tell you, because well, you gonna find out. So and I shouldn't have been like that, but I'm glad that my mom didn't let me go out until like my senior year of high school. I'm glad I didn't get my driver's license till I was 17. I'm glad that I had not really ever drank until I was well, technically I was 18, but still a lot of people start drinking when they like 12, 13. Like so it's like I'm grateful for all those things, because the environment I was in growing up in Bessemer and being in public school before I went to private school and high school. It's just like I really could have got lost in the sauce, and she protected me from that. So shout out to you, girl. You did the real that. Thank God. Thank you, Jesus. I ain't got. I look at some of my classmates, and all them motherfuckers got 2-3 kids, and I just be like, Jesus.
Yeah,
couldn't be me.
No,
it could not be me.
No.
It could not be me.
I guess, what are some insecurities that you have? What might not, well, I can't read. Okay. Or things we might not favor, but how do we still nurture them and show ourselves love?
So for me, I don't okay, so and I put this on here. So I don't want to call it insecurities, but I feel like there are things that about ourselves that we probably aren't fans of.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also, I probably wouldn't go do anything to change it. If that makes sense. Yeah. Like I think we talked about this on an episode one time where we said whether or not we would go get like BBLs and stuff. Mm-hmm. Like as much as I would love to have a fat juicy ass, I would look crazy as fuck. Like as much as I would love one of them ridiculous donks, I know damn well if I went and got a BBL, just could be like, the fuck is wrong with you? Like there is such thing as too much ass. Yeah. And if I went and did that, it'd be too much ass. Like, so I don't have things that are like I'm insecure about, not physically. Now there are things like internally I am. Mm-hmm. Like I'm working on believing in myself more. That's one of mine. I think that I'm just, it contradicts itself because I have a lot of confidence. It's like sometimes I know I'm supposed to be in the room, but what gets me is when I try to get in there and they don't let me in. That's what causes me to kind of doubt. It's yourself. Like, am I overly confident? Am I too confident? Like maybe I am not who I think I am. Mm-hmm. And that's, I think, where my insecurity lies. It's like in the imposter syndrome of it all. Like, do I deserve a seat at the table? At the table.
I definitely feel like that a lot of the times, especially when like working former, past jobs or whatever. Mm-hmm. That was one of the things that I felt a way about because I was like, I didn't major in PR and marketing. Mm-hmm. So a lot of the stuff like we did, it was kind of like on the job training. Mm-hmm. And even though I'm a smart girl, so you can catch on to stuff quick, but everybody around you kind of has a level of awareness that you don't. Yeah. And so that was always an insecurity of mine. And just like rising to the occasion, making sure I don't buckle under pressure. Mm-hmm. I don't know. That's one of my big ones. Is just, I would say too, like taking action, just like I was just saying. Mm-hmm. Like that's one of the things I get mad at myself about because I get insecure about, what are people gonna think, or like, my stuff doesn't look like the girls' stuff that I see online, or like whatever. I worry about that because even with like doing TikToks and stuff, I've kind of wanted to do that, but I still live at home with my mom, and we don't.
And ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
because a lot of y'all niggas live at home with y'all mamas and y'all don't do shit,
and we don't have a like aesthetically pleasing house. So trying to find like things that you would want to even do video in, or like creating a space for you to do that is really like hard, and that's one of the things that's like held me back. But I'm trying to get out of that kind of a mindset.
Yeah, because we have to start somewhere. Like I low-key felt the same way. I ain't gonna lie, when we made the transition from where we used to record,
to here,
and we kind of took ownership over our stuff. Yeah, that was one of the biggest things where I stepped up to the plate and said, "Okay, I want to edit," but I knew I wanted to start doing that because I want to be a producer, a director, somebody who writes for TV and film, and I knew that editing, that's the first step because you have to be able to understand all of that stuff if you want to produce and direct other people. I need to be able to say, when you get to this cut, I need you to dissolve this and this and I need to be able to explain it to when I need other people to do the work for me. So, and that's one of the things I was super nervous about because I had not done no editing beyond the shit we did in Alan's class.
Yeah, I haven't either. Yeah,
shout out to Alan, because if it wasn't for you,
man,
let me tell you, if it wasn't for you.
Speaking of editing, I got a piece over there.
Okay.
Oh my God, I've been holding it. I'm sorry.
All right.
We're gonna have to hold this. I got a piece.
I'm gonna talk to the people myself. For the first time ever, we are having a bathroom break in the middle of the episode, y'all. But luckily, we are toward the end, so it really is not that bad. We only got a few more minutes left, but it's just me right now. But yeah, y'all, I felt very what's the word? Yeah, insecure. Like, cause I just wasn't used to editing. Like, it was just something new, but I love it now, and it's fun. And we have grown so much over the last year. Like, I was telling somebody yesterday, like, I remember when we had, I think this time last year, we might have had like 100 followers, 50, 60 followers, and now we got over 400. And to some folks, that ain't a lot, but to me, when you talking about you going from organic and me and Jessica don't be at all the networking events and all out on town, and we don't constantly post and bombard y'all with stuff, I'm proud of us. So we celebrating the small wins, and we're being grateful, for the things we do have. And when people do catch on to us, they love us. So that's why I know we got a good product. We just waiting for the rest of the world to catch on. And, hopefully y'all get on before we get too big. Because I'm going to act like I don't know y'all. I don't know about Jessica, but I know I am. Especially the ones who, y'all didn't try to shit on us. I'm definitely acting brand new. But, yeah, it's just, as far as the insecurities go, I ain't got no physical ones besides my feet. But I mean, who really got pretty feet? I mean, I know some people do, but it ain't my look. God could make me perfect. I got a little titty, a little booty, got a nice little body, but the feet is just what they wasn't for me. Okay, so picking you choose some. But yeah, let's see. Jessica's still in the bathroom, obviously. But yeah. I'm trying to think of what else. Like I said, the episode pretty much over, y'all. We ain't got much else to talk about today. And it's been raining all week in Alabama per usual. So yeah. But y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all a story too since we sitting here, because I gotta get this off my chest. Y'all niggas is crazy. This ain't even on the outline, but y'all niggas is crazy. I just want some of y'all to think before you speak and reread that message before you send it. Like, read the message out loud before you send it and see how it sounds. Because some of y'all have lost y'all ever-loving minds. And I don't know if it's because your mothers didn't raise you right or your fathers wasn't there, but it's not working for me. I had this man, come that I was dealing with for a little while, and he kind of kicked me to the curb, and I was broke up about it. I really was, but I have spent the last few months trying to rebuild myself and rebrand myself and get back to a place where I feel 100% confident in myself. Tell me why this nigga ain't try to spin the motherfucking block on me, and then you spin the block. You spin the block, and then I tell you, hey, well, if you want to get back in my good graces and you want to work on things, this is what I need from you. And then when I tell you that, you turn around and say, well, I ain't got the time, so and I don't want to do all that. I don't want to do all that if it ain't no guarantee. Hell, well, it wasn't no guarantee in the first place. It wasn't no guarantee when I first met you, and you decided to break my heart, but you did. So. But anywho, to make a long story short, me and that nigga are done.
No, you didn't.
I got my tank of gas. Shout out to you. Thank you for filling it up. And I'll be moving on with my life, because what Beyonce say, only the radio can play me. Okay?
Only the radio can play me.
I ain't about to. Y'all ain't about to keep running me through the motherfucking mud. That's why I said I don't blame the girlies nowadays who be like, oh, you got to get my hair done, my nails done, do all this shit, because y'all niggas be trying to drag us through the mud for free.
Oh yeah.
And I refuse. I refuse. Woo. But as y'all see Jessica back, so that was Obby's little story.
Y'all, okay.
I might put like a little banner and like a little
this thing of water every day.
I just put a 64-ounce water bottle in my Amazon cart, and it's so cute. That's what I want. Where's the man who like, look, here's $600. Just buy your whole Amazon cart. Oh, my legs are spread like that picture of Jennifer Lewis. Like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Like, that's like, why can't y'all do that? Mm-hmm. Why can't you do that? Whew, that would be a blessing in disguise.
Did we finish talking about insecurities?
I kind of tried to sum it up, but we can. I
was gonna say, since we just said about Jennifer Lewis,
and then
Jennifer Lewis says she wake up every morning and she look in the mirror and she say, "Pretty bitch." You need to wake up and say that, even if you're a man. Pretty bitch.
You might be a pretty bitch yourself.
Mm-hmm.
If you a man, I mean, men can be bitches too. I tell y'all, bitch. The word bitch is universal. Like,
it is. It is.
Look.
What we talked about? Peace, protecting your peace. Is that
I was gonna save that, but we can go into it. We can save it.
Y'all needed that to be our little tease for next.
Because I feel like we done preached on y'all today.
A little bit too much.
I don't want to overwhelm you.
Inundate you.
I don't want to, because we do drop on Fridays, and I don't want you going into your weekend like, God,
heavy.
It's a lot.
They done got me together.
What's the word? I was going to say congest.
Okay.
I meant digest.
Digest.
Oh, y'all, it's been a day. I swear, y'all, getting up at 5 a.m., my brain cells.
Wow, you saw that? It's about to be giving a Tina Turner arm in just a minute.
Look, she been in the gym. You don't know what she was shooting in the gym. I'm gonna get like that. I had felt good because I went to the little yoga in the park, and I really felt so energized. After I want to start doing yoga, and I was like, "Damn, Avni, you really need to get on it," because I ain't gonna lie, I got a nice little body, but the body, if I worked out. Ooh,
that's everybody.
Y'all to be sitting on. Some people ain't able. We gonna be honest. I ain't gonna say that. But me, we talking about me. If I got in the gym, I feel like I'd be like the next Lord Harvey, but the little dark skin version. I think I can get it together. Give me some Pilates. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm a
little six pack on.
Yeah, like I don't even want that much. I just want to.
I'm here for that. Just when you wear a little crop top,
I just want it. I want you to know I work out, but not too much.
I like that. You know what I'm saying? It ain't intimidating.
Exactly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, y'all. Well, thank you for rocking with us. Okay.
I'm weak. I'm trying to think.
We just found out today we're gonna be at the Sunday series event.
The Polo. I forgot what he called it. The Polo.
I think Classic.
Polo Classic, yes. It's kind of similar to like the Kentucky Derby.
Just drop everything today.
Kentucky Derby type of looks. You know, very like pinstripe linen, floral. Gloves with a little church hat. Floral, guys with a little fedora.
Groundbreaking.
So we will be there. Check us out. Also, what's else going on this weekend? The Modern Green Book is having actually this week they're having several events. So go to their Instagram and check them out. We might, make an appearance at a couple of things. I'm trying to think of anything else big going on that I know about. We'll be bringing on more guests, y'all. Like, we're working on the schedule. A lot of that. Now, we've had a lot of people reach out to us since they've seen Polar Jocks on the last episode. Shout out to y'all. We appreciate y'all so much for coming through.
Shout out to them again, because they had Ty on their show.
Okay, see, look, shout out to
hasn't came out yet. Maybe by the time we post this, it'll be out.
Say networking across.
Like that.
Tired of networking up because y'all motherfuckers ain't got shit for me. So we about to network across.
Okay.
But thank y'all for rocking with us, checking us out. Like one of the reels we posted has over 5,000 views. Make sure y'all go run those up, post those, repost those, send those. Like we are growing, y'all. Like we are. It's an obvious thing. So we are so happy and just blessed, and we appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all follow us at _triplebpc. It's always down here at the bottom, as well as the descriptions of everything. Follow me on my personal at therealabaniayanna. And then at _abaniayanna_ on Twitter. And
you can follow me at Jessie JESSI. I can't talk today. _Monique MONIQUE, and that's 2 E's on Twitter. Same name. Like she said, follow us.
Yeah, follow us on Twitter, TikTok. I'm gonna start trying to. We gonna really start trying to get on these apps.
And then when we go places, we gonna have to give me a little selfie stick or something.
We need look. I don't know if we can. Maybe we need to become an LLC first, and then we could start offering like internship credit or something. Because we need an intern. We need something. We just need a person.
I would love for us to have our own office. We just dreaming right now, y'all.
Hey, all I need is a little. All I need is a little money, and I can make it work.
We can do something.
I can make some things straight because I know people that know people. But make sure y'all check us out on the next episode. Again, we love y'all. Remember to like, share, comment under this. Also, please take some time out to comment on like Apple Podcasts and Spotify.
Leave a review for us.
Leave us a review. And see y'all next week.
Bye.